I hope you're doing well today. I hope you have nothing but good health, prosperity, a strong mindset, and a healthy vision for the future. I want to talk about doing something a lot and doing something well. Quality and quantity. You want to build yourself up to a point where what you do becomes second nature, to the point where you focus more on the quality versus the quantity. In the beginning, when you're doing something fresh, how often you do it is going to give you the habit of getting comfortable doing it, right? But eventually there's going to come a point where you've done it so much that you want to focus on improving that thing. Let's say it's your finances. In the beginning, you want to focus on getting more hours, right? We've talked about the 3 stages of making money. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put it right here. But you want to focus on getting your hours, right? Building up the time that you put into it. As you progress, you want to focus on the kind of income streams that produce higher returns, right? There's this idea that if you do something over and over and over and over and over, you're going to keep improving, right? But the problem with that is nothing in life will have the same trajectory that it did in the beginning versus the end. If you're aiming to build some muscle, you're going to do something in the beginning and you're going to build that muscle. But then eventually you're going to plateau. And that's when you have to change the kind of training you do and improve your training style so that you keep seeing progress. You'll always be stuck at the base level doing the same thing. Now, are you going to get good at it? Of course. But once you get comfortable doing something, the next stage is going to be making that thing better. And now you can do it in different ways. You know what I mean? That's what improvement looks like. You hear this idea of if you wanted to, you would. And I think this is a very interesting take. I agree with the take, but you got to look at it this way. If you take a square shape, right, and you try to fit it into a circular hole, you're going to have to cut some corners. Do you get the message? When you try to force yourself to do something, especially if you know it's not going to work, you're going to end up cutting corners to make it fit. So instead of focusing on trying to get as much done as you can, focus on learning how to do it in the best way. So it's all about progress. That's the whole point here. We want to go from the point where we're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again into building systems or having an idea of how to branch off into the next stage. Once we go into the next stage, now we're on track to actually make meaningful progress. If you wanted to, you would. But just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? Be strategic. Understand what you can improve on and what areas are more malleable than others, and then build from there. Once you have that going on for you, then you move into the next stage. The next stage will always come after putting in a lot of hours first, getting used to it, and then developing a better understanding of how to make the quality improve and not just the quantity. You get the message? So watch this video, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.